right now, getting ready for the panel for Fresh Fest. Here with the team. Right here, ready to go.
Our culture. Our culture.
Sorry, guys.
Are you good, bro? You good?
I'm good. To get some information, info session, and bring it back to you all on ways that we can improve our business and the things that we're currently doing to improve that level of creativity. Really excited to be here. Like I said, Pittsburgh, that's where we're at.
I'm bugging right now. I'm Ale Sharpton, and this is my first time. I'm just blown away already. But welcome everybody to the first Symposium of 2019 for Fresh Fest. Yeah, thank you, Mike, and the Fresh Fest team. First and foremost, this is not going to be very formal. It's going to be informal. It's going to be a discussion. It's going to be like we're in a living room chilling. And I want everybody to not hold back and really discuss what's important and what y'all can leave with to make the craft beer world and beyond a better place for all of us.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Beny Ashburn here from Crowns and Hops Brewing Company, CEO. For Crowns and Hops, I primarily manage operations and marketing. We are located in Inglewood, California.
My name is T.O. Hunter, the dank and dope and dank, and I head beer operations and collaborations for Crowns and Hops, Inglewood, California.
Mike, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Mike Potter, co-founder of Fresh Fest Beer Fest, co-founder, well, actually sole founder of Black Brew Culture. Pleasure to see all you guys, man. All these faces, some familiar, some not. I'm sure I'll get to see and know everybody before it's over.
Ashtin, owner of and community architect for Radical Exchange, which is a content creation company. We basically work within the hospitality space using food and beverage as a conduit to curate around social issues.
Ross, and I'm the recruiting manager for Belgium Brewing Company.
I'm Elle Rhodes, co-director of Brewing Change Collaborative, a nonprofit out of Minneapolis that works to build diversity in the brewing industry.
I'm Nasreen, Sajady, and I am another co-director of Brewing Change Collaborative out of Minneapolis.
How's your progression going so far with your initiatives and what y'all been doing? Are you happy with the progress? Talk about how you're making a change, what you're doing, and what challenges you guys have had so far.
So this kind of came about from New Belgium Brewing Company. We had a new CEO come in at diversity and inclusion, but has a better job than the craft beer industry. And so he thought this was something that we should really be working on. And then as a recruiting manager, just seeing the same old people coming through. And we just knew it was something we really needed to start addressing. But we're learning, we're listening, and we're making an effort at this. It's building relationships, connecting with people, talking about the importance of having a more diverse workforce with our managers when we're recruiting and hiring.
The thing I'd like to do is acknowledge that none of us in this room probably were the first to start this diversity and inclusion initiative. We have the benefit of there being a tremendous amount of home brewers and people that have come before us that did not have the benefit of social networking to leverage our voices collectively. And I think that's what Beny and I specifically have been able to do, hence the Black People Love Beer t-shirt or hashtag. That was an intentional way to gain some unification. How we've been able to start making significant moves with telling our stories authentically versus having them projected on us in terms of our relationship with beer.
Really finding that sort of emotional connectivity and culture inside of craft beer that we haven't been able to really come together as a community and celebrate. I think is one of our #1 initiatives now, open our brewery. And it's not traditional, I think, which is why we can say we're really grateful, is we are the non-traditional brewery model. It started from a social movement in turning it to a business and making it equitable. And
While you guys are talking, Kevin, Mike, you do a lot of world travel as well. How were you received, especially in Europe, during your travels?
Yeah, I think people in America would be surprised. We think we have it hard with regards to diversity and inclusion here. It's nothing compared to what's happening overseas. I mean, we literally got kicked out of a bottle shop and ticketed because they thought that we weren't going to make a purchase.
Stone where they're honoring people, they literally have listed brewer. So people need to be very clear that we have always been in these industries, we have always been a part of these cultures, and that what's happened is that our histories have been erased because we didn't have access to reading and writing. So like, resistance serve was basically me saying, let's level set the entire industry and make it clear and give you the tools to know your own history, so that when someone tells you that there's a lack of diversity because people don't come into their space, make it known to them it's because at some point someone excluded us from those spaces, right? And so it's our job to reclaim those narratives so that we can tell people, you know, before there was bartenders, there were street porters. They worked on trains, they worked on steamboats, they worked in entertainment. Right? So we also need to be clear about how language changes and transforms over historical times in order to exclude people and rid people of their histories. And so resistance serve is really a space about saying, like, we can't begin to talk about visibility as an access point. It is not access. Equity is a band-aid for a space that is not liberated, right? And we need to be clear about all of those things. And so resistance serve is a space where I want people to come together, my business partners want us to come together for them to create businesses, right? You're talking about opening a restaurant, who are you hiring as the beverage person? You're talking about you're a food media person, but the last 5 articles you've written as a Black person have been about white focused spaces, right? And so like if you don't have access within your own community, you can't leverage that to make more space. And so as someone who like really tries to use historical context and other things, I try to just create a space where people can use that to create businesses, and whether it's social capital or financial capital, it kind of just enriches whatever they're doing. It can just enrich so that they have a wider net of support and network.
Right on.
Mike, I want you to kind of talk about what made you start Fresh Fest and the hurdles in gathering our people together to make it happen.
Pretty much everything she just said is at the core of what we created or what we're trying to do. That's just not my strength. Like, I can't rap like I can't even begin. So, and I was so appreciative that she called upon me. So we started the process of building Fresh Fest last year with the idea of let's band people together. Let's create some areas where Black people can get some equity, can get some ownership, can build a network out of the strength that they have and with what they're doing. Tomorrow, it's on. All right.
Tonight it's on.
Tonight it's on. But tomorrow it's really, really on.
I gotta acknowledge the fact that one, we're starting to make money. We can't take away and discount the fact that our influence will generate and has generated a significant amount of capital for those that don't look like us. You know, that there have been brands that have hired focus groups and that have hired people in other industries, whether it be music, whether it be sports, to straight up poach our dopeness. That is a huge part of the evolution of this whole conversation of diversity and inclusion is ownership. Because if we don't own it, if we don't own our reflection, then someone else is. So I promise you, if you are not making moves to own your reflection and your dopeness, your flyness, I promise you, someone will, and they will profit off of it. We all have different perspectives in this conversation, and I think, and you all can probably echo this, the collaborations allow us to all not only be at the table, but contribute at the table as well, whether it be with information or with process. And I think that's how we start to find and discover some of the things that have been missing in the narrative because we've never been included. Rather, it's been, again, this projection of our dopeness, and then they just throw the lowest common denominator, which is some bullshit beer at us, and we own it like we created it. You know, it's just wrapped and skinned with our dopeness, and we're not getting a cent for it.
People don't really speak about the process as much, right? Because it's the behind the scenes work that we really don't have exposure to and we really don't understand, and that's part of the ownership. How do we learn how to own our own businesses? That's a really important conversation that is not often happening, and which is why Fresh Fest is so great, is he's giving people the opportunity to learn how to own your own business. There's more than just drinking beer. There's making beer, there's marketing beer, there's finances in beer, there's distribution in beer, like there's sales in beer. There's so many layers to this industry, and there's so many career opportunities for us to get involved in other ways beyond just kind of what you're seeing right in front of your face. So I think as we get into the business of beer, these kinds of conversations need to happen more, and collaborations offer up that opportunity for us to intrinsically understand how to run and be involved in the business of beer.
And we bring more than just money to the industry. Our creativity is huge. We influence coolness. It is what it is. And we're bringing that. We're bringing that to the industry now, and it's being recognized. Flavor profiles. People didn't know you could use certain spices with beer. We're bringing our roots into making beer that is different. And it's opening up a whole